So good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again, a lot later than usual, and it will only be uploads because I'm going back to bed. It's currently, 12:15 at night. I've slept most of the day, and I'm going to sleep all night. I need to get back to a normal sleep pattern. So thank God Copper America is finished. But listen, it's been mad. The summer, doing all the watch-alongs on here has been crazy. So big up to all of you. Make sure you are smashing the like button, and make sure you are subbing as well, closing in on 30,000 subs, which is mad. Big up to all you lot. You tune in every day, and I do appreciate it. And yeah, make sure you get your comments in as well. We're going to talk about England, obviously, Southgate. This guy, he needs to be potted, I can't lie. Another failure, another poor tournament. People are waffling on about, oh, it's the greatest England manager, the most successful England manager since 1966. Well, last time I checked, none of them have won anything since then. So they've all failed. How are we comparing losing with losing? You've lost. So how are you the most successful manager since 1966? Yeah, and this is what the English love to do. This is what the media in England love to do. This is what some of the fans love to do. They love to compare irrelevant stats to make out that a manager or a player has actually overperformed when they've actually still failed. And this is why England don't win anything. Because when they actually analyse the fact that it is a failure, well done, got to the final, whoopee-doo, mate, didn't win it. Got to the final before that, didn't win it. Got to a semi-final, oh, you didn't make the final that time, oh, how unlucky. Yeah, and this is what we keep doing in England. We've been doing it round and round and round and round for years, 58 years since England actually won anything. So doing all of this, comparing this manager's losing to this manager's losing, like, what are we actually doing here? It's embarrassing. It genuinely is embarrassing. Southgate was asked after the game what he's going to be doing in terms of his future, and he said it's not the right time to speak. I mean, listen, they were going to obviously ask him the question, but what kind of answer did they genuinely expect to get back? Because he was never going to sit there and say anything other than, well, I need to have time to dissect everything, so have a little think, speak to the powers that be, and see where we go from here. He was never going to come out with anything other than that. But again, football media in England, they're useless. Yeah, they are useless. And so is Gareth Southgate. He's not very good. Very negative manager in terms of the style of football. Got back into the game yesterday out of bringing on a sub that probably should have played more games, played more minutes. Came off the bench, Cole Palmer, within 2 minutes, bang, goal. Yeah, no coincidence that as soon as we took Harry Kane off the pitch, we look better. Yeah, Southgate's then come out in the interview after the game and said, well, he wasn't 100%, he was kind of alluding to the fact that he maybe have had playing up with an injury and stuff like that. Well, why is he playing then? Why is he playing? The guy's never had a shot on target in 6 finals that he's played in, ever. He's not had a single shot on target in 6 finals. Do you know how mad that is? Yeah, you can score all these goals, Harry. You can score all of these goals for top Spurs, for Bayern Munich, for England. They're all irrelevant goals, mate. They've not amounted to anything. Literally not amounted to anything. 1 sec. I've just realised my mic weren't on, so hopefully you can hear it through the default mic. But we have got the mic on now. See, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. That's what happens when you're tired. But anyway, he genuinely hasn't won anything. So all of his goals have been irrelevant. And if he's not fully fit, which we could quite clearly see he's not, then why are you playing him when you've got 2 other strikers sat on the bench that are quite capable of scoring goals? Hence why you supposedly picked him. Ollie Watkins got us into the final, yeah, and Ivan Toney, yeah, set up a goal, yeah, that got us through into the semi-finals. Literally coming off the bench, a minute later, bang, sets up a goal. Yeah, both of them players are more than capable of starting football matches and scoring goals. And not only that, would probably play a bit better. Yeah, rather than playing this dump truck up front that's never up front. He's always in midfield. Yeah, and listen, he's been a great player over the years. But ultimately, yeah, you ain't good enough now, mate. Yeah, your legs have gone. And if you're playing with an injury, yeah, then that's on you and the manager. Because if they both know that he's injured, obviously he'll know that he's injured. The manager would surely know that he's injured off of the back of that. And if they've both sat down together and agreed, yo, I'm going to play, I'll be all right to play for 70 minutes or 60 minutes. Now, I'm sorry, that's to the detriment of the football team, mate. Yeah, and that's on both of them. Yeah, I understand that he wants to win a trophy. I understand he wants to score goals and stuff like that. That's cool, whatever, mate. But ultimately, the whole nation were hoping you win that final. Yeah, and you ain't going to do it playing with 10 men. which is what we were doing. In fact, we were playing with less than 10 men yesterday. But however, when England got back into the game, when they did get back into the game, and when they went 1-0 down, England, all of a sudden they're 100 mile an hour, they're popping it around, ping, 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 popping the ball around, pushing Spain back. All of a sudden, goal. Then as soon as they get the goal, retreats. Let's just go and sit back and play boring, negative, sideways, backwards, U-shaped football. It is rubbish. Yeah, it's rubbish. Anthony Gordon. Yeah, if Southgate stays on as manager, mate, swerve it. Yeah, swerve it. Wharton, why did we take him? Eze, swerve it, brother. Swerve it. If he stays on, swerve it. Palmer, another one. Why didn't he play more games? He had a better output than Phil Foden and Bukayo Saka in terms of his actual performances. Not just the goal, but his actual performances when he came on off the bench. Yeah, he actually had a better level of performance than Phil Foden and Bukayo Saka in this tournament. And I don't even know how many minutes he played, but it weren't a lot. 107 minutes, weren't a lot. And it's actually embarrassing to watch, I can't lie. It was very, very embarrassing. But listen, I knew Spain would win. I think we all did. And this is because the manager ain't good enough. Some of these players are not good enough. Some of these players should not be in the squad. And then we've got players sat at home that should be in the squad that are sitting at home. You know, if you're going to play Harry Kane up front, at least get pacey forwards, pacey wingers. Instead, we're playing with Phil Foden on the left and Bukayo Saka on the right. And cool, Bukayo Saka's got a good record for England in terms of GA. What did he do in the final? What did Foden do in the final? Jude Bellingham was one of the better players, and even he weren't that great. Luke Shaw, he done all right. Yeah, but then ultimately, he switched off for that split second. Yeah, and then they scored. And this is what we're doing. This is what we've been doing for years and years and years. This is what England do every single tournament. They hype up all of their players. The media hype up all the players. The fans of the players' clubs, the fans who support, say, Arsenal, Chelsea, etc., and their player is in the England team, they're going to hype them up into oblivion. Then when it all comes crashing down, yeah, oh, don't worry. We got to the final. Plucky losers. Yeah, it's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace how that guy's had that job for that long in the first place. Yeah, now what they'll do is they'll probably keep him on for another 2 years. Yeah, keep him on for another 2 years, and around the round we go. And then after the World Cup, he'll leave. And it ain't going to happen. He ain't winning the World Cup. Let's just be real with it. Or if he does go, then he'll just sit and wait and get a Premier League job. Yeah, because this game, this football, yeah, is the easiest gig in the world. If you can get your foot in the door somewhere, it's the easiest gig in the world, especially in the Premier League, because you don't have to deliver success. Yeah, you've got an army of divs sat online protecting you as a footballer. Yeah, if you have one good game, all of a sudden you're elevated into the moon. Yeah, and then you'll have loads of little Avi accounts all over the Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that and Facebook. Yeah, and it's Player FC. So now if you drop a stinker, like Declan Rice did every single game, by the way, but he had most ball recoveries. Nobody cares, bruv. He played crap. This is why we have eyes. We don't need irrelevant stats. We actually watch the games. And Declan Rice stunk that whole tournament out. So don't worry about he had better ball recoveries than flipping Rodri, who held the trophy at the end of the tournament, mate. Yeah, and this is what we're fixated on as a nation and with the Premier League. Because all these player Avi accounts, they'll protect their footballer no matter what. They gas up second place all the time. Top four. And then when it comes to the national team, Player FC, who a lot of them ain't from said nation, for example, they'll then just gas up their player. It's been Foden, Palmer and Saka fans all over the internet going at each other all tournament. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Yeah, the only way England actually start doing something, yeah, is by scrapping everything and starting again. And that goes all the way down to grassroots. Playing this slow, boring, robotic, pace and power football. Yeah, slow, boring, and then just hope somebody can run down the wing as fast as they can. Yeah, and just power their way into the box. It is absolute garbage. And that's all the way down the spectrum of football. You've seen teams in League One trying to play pep ball. Like, do me a favour. It's embarrassing. Scrap the whole lot and start again. And it's going to take 10, 15 years before they get up there. It is what it is. Because this generation of football in the Premier League stinks. This generation of football in general stinks. It's the worst generation of football I've ever watched. Where's the flair players? Where's the skill players? Where's the talented players that are comfy on the ball? Oh, yeah, they all play for Spain. Sorry, my bad. They all play for Spain, didn't they? When you look at that Spain team, they had Cucurella at left back. Most people don't rate him. Half the Chelsea fan base don't rate him. Yeah, then they had 38-year-old Navas as their backup right back. They had Vivian. Where's he play? I think he plays in Saudi. Yeah, then they've got a 17-year-old who's just turned 17. Yeah, Pedri got injured. Orazabal up front. Would anyone take him at their club? I would, because he's a baller, by the way. However, Dani Olmo, again, another baller. Yeah, and this is the thing. They got players on their bench that walk into England's starting 11. Baena gets straight in England's midfield. Absolute baller of a footballer. Baller. Yeah, it's crazy. Grimaldo gets straight in at left back. Yeah, and this is where we're at. And they're techie ballers. Yeah, and it's all well and good having technical ability and a first touch and all of that. But you also have to put it together as a team. And this is where Spain cleared everybody this tournament. They actually play as a team. They're not a bunch of individuals, yeah, playing for themselves. Yeah, they're a bunch of individuals that are coming together to play for their nation, to win the tournament and make their nation proud. For the 4th time they've won that now. When you watch some of these other nations, not just England, but some of these other ones, they're literally playing for themselves. It's not a team game to some of these people. It's look at me. Oh, arm waves. Arm waves are going up. Arm waves. Running down the wing at 100 mile an hour. Slap the ball off the first man. Get a corner. Go and get the ball. Arm waves. Come on. Come on, guys. Load of crap. Absolute rubbish. And this is where we're at with English football, especially. And this is where we're at with these ballers, because they're trash. They're absolute crap. We're playing players out of position, which is all well and good. Cool. Yeah, but now build a structure so that player don't get isolated out of position. Yeah, because if Phil Foden on the left, why did we take Gordon? Why? Why did we take Gordon? What was the idea behind that? Somebody needs to ask Gareth Southgate these questions, by the way. Why did Gordon go to that tournament? Why did Wharton go to that tournament? Why did Eze go to that tournament? Why did you take Cole Palmer and play him for 100-odd minutes? When you can quite clearly see that other players are having stinkers left, right and centre. Embarrassing me. Yeah, he put Trent in midfield at the beginning. It all went wonky after a couple of games, and then we didn't see him again. Like, what are we doing here? Pathetic. The whole thing was a mess. He should be sacked immediately, but he won't be. And if they do sack him, they'll probably get another little puppet in there. Yeah, but it's what it is, isn't it? Round and round and round England go, and it was fucking hilarious to watch. I can't lie. It was hilarious to watch. Overpaid, average footballers with a bang average manager. In fact, not even bang average. He's trash. Relegated twice, you know, and he's the England manager. That kind of sums up English football in a nutshell, doesn't it? You don't have to achieve anything, Gareth. You can have the job for the next 7 years. That's what I said. English football, as a player, coach, or manager, easiest gig in the world. You'll be protected left, right, and centre. Anyway, very quickly as well, I see a story about Jude Bellingham. Apparently, there's a little bit of a divide in the dressing room and this and that. Yeah, good. I hope there is. I hope there is. Yeah, people know my thoughts on Bellingham. I think he's a decent player. However, the PR does not match up to the performances. The PR is on the moon and his performances are down here. But apparently he's falling out with some of the players. They barely speak to him. I see a couple of pictures of players just ignoring him. Cole Palmer ignoring him. Luke Shaw ignoring him as he was walking past, trying to shake hands with him and that. Yeah, good. I hope there is a divide. Yeah, the thing is, his ego is crazy. But I'd expect his ego to be crazy. He's playing for Real Madrid. So he thinks he's the shit, doesn't he? However, yeah, there's borderline to this. Yeah, if you're walking around thinking you're cock of the walk and then you're not delivering, which, let's be real, he didn't have a great tournament, did he? Don't let that bicycle kick fool you. He did not have a great tournament. He really didn't. If you're walking around cock of the walk, yeah, and then you're not doing the business on the pitch, yeah, then people are rightly going to have a go and rightly going to ignore you and rightly going to like think, well, this guy's a bit of a prick. So there has to be a balance with it. If you're doing the business on the pitch, nobody cares. But if you're not, then it's an issue. Yeah, and listen, he's won 3 trophies at Madrid in his first season and he's just lost in a final. he's had a decent season by all accounts, and he's won 3 trophies out of 4. He was, well, actually 5, because he missed out on the Copa del Rey. But so he's won 3 out of 5. Well, it ain't bad, is it? Yeah, he's won more this season than some of these scrubs are going to win in their career. But anyway, it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts on all of that. I will have a video dropping on the other channel. Obviously, Super Duper Mick and Super Duper Edu. Yeah, still haven't signed anybody yet. Going well, isn't it? Anyway, let me know your thoughts on all of that. Let me know your thoughts on what you think English football should do. Like I said, I was laughing my bollocks off yesterday. That was hilarious. Overpaid wankers. And they got what they deserved. Yeah, I've seen Jason Cundy and who's the other prat, the Tottenham one? Well, it was the Jamie O'Hara saying, oh, well, I thought it was a little bit, you know, Gareth Southgate saying Spain were a better team and well done to them. Like, why are you having a go at that? Of all the things I cuss Gareth Southgate for, that's the least of it, bruv. Well, saying congrats to Spain. No, that's well done, Spain. You fully deserved it. You were the best team in the tournament. Well done. That's also another nail in his coffin, because he's admitting that he's shit. Anyway, we're out of here. Love, smash the likes up. And I will be back live streaming tomorrow. I'm going to stream on here the Mbappe announcement. Well, the unveiling. He's being unveiled at 11 a.m. UK time, I think, to the stadium. So I'm going to do a watch along for that. In fact, I'm going to set that up in a minute. So we will be there, guys. I'm going to have a lovely sleep tonight. And make sure you check out the other channel as well. Like I said, I will have a video out on there, dropping in about 20 minutes as well. So I'd love, we're out. Southgate.